Hello, Star Wars Galaxy of Hero players. This is Antitesh Ordo. Today I'm going to be talking about Sith and what we could expect in the coming months for Sith, or at least in February. So last February we got the release of Darth Nihilus, Sith Trooper, and Sith Assassin. So yeah, so we'll see what we can get this month. Of course, I could be wrong on this prediction, and we get only a rework for Palpatine Vader and do some more Empire side, which I'd be fine with anyways, because the Empire needs a little more support because of the new dark side territory battles and stuff. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens when that time comes. But obviously the prediction was a line from Revenge of the Sith. Palpatine said, with Palpatine saying it, one of Palpatine's lines. So for sure, of course, this is kind of a prediction. I'm 99% sure we're getting a rework for Palpatine. And I'm hoping we get a rework for Vader. Palpatine and Vader really need it. So, yeah, that is where I'm hoping comes out of February. So, going on from there, I will say there could be another possible rework in Dooku. If they do like Empire rework. Because Dooku's leadership needs a rework. Yes, it is maxed out to 8, but I feel like his leadership, well, it definitely needs a rework for separatists. And they could, if this is a Sith rework time, they could still rework this leadership to support separatists, and we may see a growth in some separatists, and maybe not, but we'll see how that works out. And it could be, all allies gain, 15% evasion, then separatists gain like speed and offense and defense. And it'd be just a simple upgrade to the leadership. And they could probably still keep it the Omega, except they'd probably change the Omega to a 5 cost instead of a 3 cost. But we'll see, how that goes. But those 3 characters I'm not really talking about too much. I'm going to be talking about some Sith that could see some reworks for a Sith faction pass if we actually get a rework. And Maul, I don't know, Maul, well, we obviously know Palpatine, and we know Vader. If they do a Sith rework or an Empire rework, they've got to be reworked. Vader, well, I don't know about Vader himself, because he does need a unique ability, I will say that. A lot of players have been wanting Vader to have a unique added, so maybe give him some counter chance, some counter damage. That never hurts Vader, especially, Vader's fighting style, Djim So, his lightsaber combat fighting style is kind of set up on he takes down, or he blocks and then counters, he parries then counters. That's basically how it is. Block or parry, then they go in for an attack. It's not defense only or offense only. So he would benefit really well for having a counter chance unique. So like say 65% counter chance and 35% counter damage, maybe adding some more offense to himself. There's a lot, and obviously this would be another Zeta. It would probably make Vader even more viable in some areas. So we'll see what happens, but for the most part, we know that from the quote that Palpatine said something that he should be getting 2 Zetas. And I'm going to I can't guarantee it because I'm not the developers, but I'm going to say 90% sure. 99% sure he's going to be reworked, which is good. So, Maul, he doesn't really need anything, even though I do feel like he could use another special ability, maybe like a lightsaber throw, kind of like the Jedi Guardians, or maybe just another, maybe force push, where he blasts someone. Excuse me. I feel like unique characters, other than like the story ones that they're having in story events like Commander Luke and Jedi Training Rey, they have 6 abilities. I feel like these unique characters should have 5 abilities. Darth Maul is a unique character. Darth Vader's a unique character, so they should have 5 abilities. Will we get that? I don't know. But I'm hoping if they do actually a Sith faction pass, Darth Maul is, definitely either has another unique added or another special added. I feel like he'd be better having another special, and we'll see or even a unique. A unique would be good too. So yeah. So Dooku, his leadership. The only thing I feel like Dooku needs, other than some more a boost in defense and health and stuff is his leadership just needs to be updated to separatists. And maybe the tactician would be all allies, all separatists and Sith allies, get the evasion and offense. So that's that thought. There's not much more. Maybe more of a chance to shock and stun. Other than that, I feel like he's good as is. He's just not being used. Even though he is good on a Nihilus team. Now, Darth Nihilus, I feel like his first 3 abilities, his basic and 2 specials, they're fine. They don't need changing. His wound in the Force is fine. He doesn't need changing. I feel like his leadership needs a little changing. Maybe adding a little bit more offense. I feel like adding either speed. Well, I know for the best thing would happen, it would be counter chance, so that they attack, you counter, and you get your health back that way. But I feel like adding more offense, maybe more health steal, goes up to 175% health steal. So like this 100 would go to 125, and then this 50 or the Zeta would take it plus 50. Like it does, but then it also adds maybe 15 offense. Maybe some defense would be added. There's a lot that could go on. But health steal, his Lord of Hunger effect, his health steal is great. It's just he just needs something more to give him his leadership. I feel like I would really love to see Darth Nihilus leaderships running around, literally doing really good again, because his leadership feels like it would be really good against Nightsisters. They use plague, and then you just, find a way of counterattacking, and then, counter chance would just really probably maybe break Nihilus a little bit into being a viable leader for Sith for one, but just being out there as a leader to counter like Night Sister teams, and actually still be really good for non-Night Sister teams. So. But other than that, like I said, Nihilus just his leadership needs a boost. Like when Maul was the meta, you would still see some Nihilus here and there to counteract against. It would counter Maul teams. I will say that it would counter Maul teams because there won't be critically hitting them, so their stealth wouldn't be popping up all the time. But it would also counter Rex teams because there's no there's no critical chance. So that's why I feel like Nihilus would be a very viable, it would be a unique leadership to the game that would actually have something different, and it wouldn't need critical chance. So maybe more offense, more damage, or I feel like counter chance would be a really good option. Even though his character's not a counter chance, doesn't have that counter chance feel. Like if they ever brought like Malgus or Bane into the game, their leadership should have the counter chance that compared to Nihilus. He could also add tenacity up, 100% tenacity. So 150 health steal, 100 tenacity, and 75 offense. That would be really unique to his, or maybe 75 offense, or 75 tenacity, 75 offense. That would change some things up a bit. It would make the Sith team harder to negative status effect. So, but that's Nihilus for you. SWGOH, I still hang by the fact that he could still support Night Sisters. Because he is kind of, brought up by Night Sisters, and in the end, he still had loyalties to not just Darth Maul, but Night Sisters. He didn't have it was Darth Maul was Sith, yeah. But he still also had his loyalties to Mother Talzin. At least Mother Talzin. Not SWGOH, but Mother Talzin. Or, maybe his leader, his unique only, works under a Mother Talzin lead. So anytime he overpowers and kills someone, it inflicts, plague on some other characters. So, Sith Trooper and Sith Assassin, they are good the way they are. They don't need a rework. A lot of people love these characters, the way they are. Sidious, he never really got anywhere. His leadership's good, but for, everyone, 15 crit chance, 30 critical damage, and then Sith allies gain 2% offense. until end of turn and when they score a critical hit. You don't see Sidious anywhere really, other than Galactic War. Galactic War, and you could use them in dark side battles, but Sidious probably could use a Darth Sidious along with Palpatine. They're both unique characters. They're the same character, but they're unique. He could have another. He uses Force Lightning too. Like, he could put his lightsabers away, use Force Lightning, and then go back. So he could kind of have like a, single Force shock ability, and you spread shock around. So then you could use Palpatine, him, and Dooku. Palpatine, Sidious, and Dooku on a team, spreading shock around. Throw Mother Talzin on, and then a good tank, or two good tanks, and yeah, it'd be a really interesting team. But unfortunately, we do not have that, so we'll have to live the way we have it. So, but until then, that's just kind of my thoughts and opinions on Sith. This is going to be my part 1 video. I'm going to have a part 2 video here in be loaded up within the same day, probably within 5 minutes of each other. So yeah, look forward to some predictions on what Sith could be added into the game, and maybe somewhat of their kits. So again, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate you guys watching these videos. So yeah, definitely check more of them out. Check out other ideas I've had. And yeah, you guys have a wonderful day.